So Michael Phoenix is a fictional character, but he really takes us into the lives of doctors prescribing these drugs. Did you, in preparing for the role, talk to doctors in small towns? And what did you learn from them? What were those conversations like?
Well, just to step back just a little bit for a minute, what Rosario said in an extremely articulate way is all correct. And the thing that I always talk about is, and you see this in the series with my character, but the exponential damage that all this does, that addiction does, but addiction brought on in such an insidious way by this company. Speaking with doctors, and I was always learning something as we were shooting, because it was, as I said before, it was so overt, the manipulation and the ingenious salesmanship of selling an addictive drug and lying about it, that I couldn't believe. I often would be doing a scene and I'd have to talk to Danny or Barry Levinson or someone else to say, I think this is a little too obvious and too on the head and not really believable. And they would inevitably tell me or point to something that was, not word for word, but just factual, just the facts. It seemed impossible that this was occurring. And once again, it comes down to money. The only doctor I really spoke with was my own doctor, and really all I wanted to start with was, I'm thinking back, were there some other doctors I talked about? Not really. I wanted to start with, why does a person become a doctor in the first place? What is it that says, I think I'll choose to be a doctor? So I started from that. What I wasn't aware of, not that I ever, would doubt it, but I wasn't aware of the amount of practitioners or doctors who, in fact, without giving too much away, in fact, ran into a similar situation that my character does, which if you watch the series, you'll see, but also who were involved in prescribing pills and knowing what they were doing. I can't remember the name of the town in West Virginia that ultimately this town sued. The amount of pills per person and prescriptions written was an insane amount. I think it's a town of, I think, under 1,000 people. And there was an article in the Times today, I can't give the statistics, in Ohio. So there are doctors who were cooperating. My character isn't one of those, but he also, his life takes a big turn, which is accurate for some physicians. I'm trying to address it, but not give too much away so that you'll follow the episodes.